Hi everyone, this is Dr. Liz and I'm here to talk to you today a little bit about visual perception and puzzles. I feel like puzzles are a little underrated right now and I'd like to bring them back. So I'm going to go through a progression of puzzles, and these are really great for developing skills like figure ground, spatial relations, visual closure, and also they're great for problem solving and a fun family activity, especially for those rainy days. So, when your kids were young, they were starting out with inset puzzles and peg puzzles, which are simple single-shaped puzzles, and those are really easy. And then we need to progress on from there. And the next step up would be interlocking puzzles. So here is an example of a puzzle that is interlocking, but it's a single shape interlocking, which is a nice transition up. This is a two-piece interlocking puzzle, and it gets children used to how to place the pieces together and be able to manipulate them while only using two pieces and again having one simple shape. This is a four-piece interlocking puzzle, and again the same idea. The next step up would be an interlocking puzzle that has a scene or a picture on it, so that you have to look at parts of the whole. So if this piece obviously is off, you can see part of the duck and you have to figure out what's missing on the duck and then where that other piece would be to put it together. And so there's a lot of visual scanning involved in that process as well. The next step up could be a 12-piece puzzle. This is a nice set by Melissa and Doug. They offer 4 puzzles in one, and this is the 12-piece set. I know there's a lot of wooden puzzle sets. There's a 4-puzzle 24-piece set I know that's out there by a lot of different brands. So if you're just looking up interlocking puzzles and you're saying what number pieces, interlocking 12-piece, interlocking 24-piece. Puzzles should come up online for you to order. Obviously, the internet has done amazing things for allowing us to find what's out there. And then you would just progress up. Obviously, as your kids master one level, you can step up to 24-piece puzzles, and then, of course, 48-piece puzzles, and then so on and so forth. Of course, when you get up into those higher puzzle pieces, you may need to designate a table for those all those pieces, because they may take a little bit longer than usual, and the kids may want to leave it for a little bit and then come back to it later to finish it up. So once they've kind of mastered the interlocking puzzles, it's really fun to get into 3D puzzles or perceptual games. This is a great example of that. This is an Angry Birds Knock on Wood game, and in this particular game, the child will be manipulating these blocks according to whatever the card, this is obviously card 1 and there's a progression, says for them to do. And then once the blocks are set up, they're able to use this really fun catapult to knock their setup down. So that's a fun game too. Another variation of that is one of my favorite games called Rush Hour. This is by Think Fun. And again, this has a card set up for kids to be able to move up from one level to another. And what the object of this game is to get this red car out of the parking lot, and you can't pick the pieces, the other cars up off of the setup here. You can only move them back and forth. So they'll either only move vertically or horizontally. If you've never played it before, you should also play it with your children. It's a great family game as well. There's also other perceptual games out there, something similar to this with geoforms called Mighty Mind, which is also looking at different shapes and how they go together, but the shapes are a little bit more complex. There's a fun game out there called Make and Break, which has a timing component, so you're building 3D structures with blocks, colored blocks, and you have to do it within a certain time limit before the buzzer goes off. Perfection, obviously, is a really nice game for matching shapes, and that's an oldie but a goodie before the timer goes off and they pop everywhere. And then for much older kids and even adults, these uncle puzzles are great as well. These will really boggle your mind and maybe make you a little frustrated, so don't do it on a day when you're tired. But I really hope that you enjoyed the progression of puzzles, and I hope that you understand that they are very important for developing those visual perceptual skills. And if you can encourage your kids to participate and get the whole family involved, it's a really fun activity and it will be helpful for their learning process. Thanks so much.